It's been quite a while since the Metro has had any action. I think that's a negative. They'll have to crank it up here early on.
I think the mentality is, though, if you're going to play in the finals, might as well win it, right?
Absolutely. Got to get her going.
Frederick Anderson, Cam Talbot, the goaltenders. Anderson 6 saves on the 7 shots that he faced in his victory. And the first shot almost leaked through on Talbot. Close call there, and the puck comes back into the zone.
Well, you think of all the big saves that Talbot made in the last game. That one almost snuck through him.
There's one did. Kuznetsov beating Talbot high. And it's a 1-0 lead for Team Metropolitan.
Well, if you go back to that game that Talbot finished the first period, he made some acrobatic saves. This one, the first one just slipped its way through, and Kuznetsov, who usually is thought of more of a passer, he makes the perfect shot again, right off a quick up there by Frederick Anderson to create the 2-on-1.
Kevin, my A material for this All-Star Game research is that Kirill Kaprizov's cat was named after Kuznetsov, and that might be why. That's the A material.
That's what you got, eh? Has that been confirmed, though?
You can't get anything down there like that, eh? Kuzi the cat.
Kuzi the cat. That's interesting. Oh, and that's what Ovi. Ovi's the dog?
There's Sebastian Aho, the star of the Hurricanes, trying to give it to Gensel. And Roman Josi there. And Josi's playing defense. And I know the panel was grilling him about that. He does it well. Claude Giroux off the post.
So, Chris, the earlier turns to your question is the team that's had lots of rest is the one that's a little bit better. Everything's been in the offensive zone at this point for the Metropolitan team.
Giroux looks so good in the first game. Goal and an assist. Here's Adam Pellick back over the line, and it's taken away. Joe Pavelski sends it across, and here comes the Central. The highest scoring team has tied it. Team Central with a goal, and it's 1-1. Clayton Keller.
Good looking goal right there.
That's right down your eye line, Kev, so you take it.
Well, it started with a pass at the blue line by Pavelski, and then a little cross and drop. Keller with a little sneaky little 5-hole goal, but kind of just missed the pass from Pavelski at the blue line. It was beautiful, right underneath the stick, right on the tape there to Josi, who's talking about how good he is offensively. He makes that play happen after that.
And another difficult decision for goaltenders in these types of games. They're always thinking pass. You could see even Anderson there just waiting, delaying, didn't go down. I think typically in a real game you'd think the shot was coming and maybe get down in your butterfly.
Kyle Connor, last player from a Canadian team, still out here. Here's Jordan Kyrou, who's got 2 and 2 so far. And that one almost bounced in to come back to Kyrou and Kadri with Connor. Nazem Kadri to the attack. 2 goals, 2 assists for Kyrou. 4 points after that 4-point game of the Winter Classic. Fastest skater, and a great glove stop by Anderson on that. Again, in your eye line, Kevin.
Well, if you're looking at the best 3 players probably for the Central in the first game, it was these 3, and now they're all stacked together. Kyrou, Kadri, and Kyle Connor here. So now they're caught out defensively. They'll be in one. Kyrou might get a change here.
Nice stop by Talbot off Kreider. That one played offside, and you could hear the reaction as the play is called.
He goes. Yes.
Got any line matching down there by the coaches, Kevin?
Well, it's funny because Rod Brindamore keeps kind of peeking down
to see who he's going with. Yeah,
he's certainly for the starting lineup. He was looking down to see what they have, and he's having a good time, obviously, but he's scanning it. He's coaching, looking at what's happening, probably thinking about as the game winds down, what he's going to do.
It's almost impossible for Rod Brindamore not to compete, huh?
I think every day is a competition for Rod.
Well, this guy is just so intense watching him, and you see all the speeches he makes in the room, and you think how good that team is in Carolina, and you got to think they just absolutely love playing for the guy.
And he's such a good example in everything he does about preparation and about work ethic as well. So got a good thing going there.
Zach
looks like he's in decent shape too.
Yeah.
Pass in front, scores! And it's Claude Giroux with his second.
He's sort of saying, I got a little bit of help there as it got a tip in. Not the real rocket shot that he wanted, but there's, as Kevin was saying the last time, he just always seems to find a way to get open. There's the quick shot that gets deflected right in front, and Talbot looks upwards. He thought he had it. It was coming right into the bread basket, but it went off the stick and in the back of the net off of McCarr.
Well, Metro has the lead. Scooped away by Anderson. Now Roman Josi turns back. Got Joe Pavelski out there. That took a funny hop to Keller in front, and Josi sent it wide. Clayton Keller with the goal. He's the fourth player in Coyote history to be at more than one All-Star game. There's Giroux dashing in and shooting it high. The others are Kachuk, Doan, and Roenick. So in pretty good company is young Clayton Keller. Back to the attack. And the St. Louis area product will work it back out at center ice.
It hasn't looked out of place at all, and looks really confident, and a younger player with a lot of veterans showing the confidence to make some plays and carry the puck.
Pavelski swoops in, gives it to Josi. Keller back to Josi in front, and Pavelski unable to tip that in. That stick's usually automatic. Fans on that, taken away by Jack Hughes, and here comes Hughes with Kreider in front, and Chris Kreider puts it in the back of the net. And it's 3-1 Metropolitan.
You knew the minute that Hughes had that puck, Kreider took a couple of big strides, got his stick on the ice, knew exactly what Hughes was going to do with it, tape to tape, and in the back of the net.
Back in Vegas, where Kuznetsov, Giroux, and Kreider have scored for the Metro. Keller for the Central. 3-1 Metropolitan.
Providing competitive odds on all sports. Sports Interaction is Canada's sports book.
And let's head to ice level. Kevin's with Jack Hughes.
Jack, nice assist there on that last one. 3-1. We're still early, but are you guys going to pull this one out?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Metro wants to win this, so I think we're picking it up a bit, and, we're going to lock it down and keep scoring.
How much fun is this event? And we were just talking about 3-on-3 in general. How much of a blast is to be out there making plays?
It's awesome, Obviously, the All-Star game's awesome, and, 3-on-3 is a bunch of skilled guys here, so to be able to play 3-on-3 and show off our skills and have open ice, it's a lot of fun.
Go get him.
Yeah, thanks.
He's going to, too. He's amped up, which is great to hear. The youngest guy in this game.
He's not going to be the first one to leave Vegas without a voice either. He's kind of sounding like he's losing it. But the one thing that Hughes has really shown is just the confidence with the puck. He's so creative, looked off, and just forced Talbot for a split second to think he might shoot and then dishes it off. He's had a great experience in his first All-Star game. That's 3 points now to this stage.
How much does that help his reputation when he goes home at Christmas in the summer? He's got, Quinn was in the All-Star game a few years ago.
Yep.
He's there. They got a younger brother who's probably going to be there one day, it looks like. It's a pretty fun family, pretty successful, and being here is validation for him.
You got to imagine pretty competitive, huh?
Chance for Wilson, and Cam Talbot stops that.
Kind of let me know. Sorry, Chris, you kind of let me know a little behind the scenes that they're sneaky trying to win this one. Like, Kuznetsov's not losing any battle. He's trying to win every face-off. They're trying to be sneaky about it, but they're playing this to win.
Kyle Connor setting up. Kadri scores!
Just kidding.
Well, this combo, you mentioned it, the Cairo, Kadri, and Connor have just started to find a little bit of chemistry. And this one Kadri's amazing season just continues here in the All-Star game. In the middle of three, Anderson not able to get that blocker out. It's the turnover at the line, and Jordan Kyrou is able to keep it in, and 2 passes later, this is a 3-2 hockey game.
Second goal for Kadri on the day, and the 5th point for Kyrou. So it's 3-2 Metropolitan. Now Kaprizov is out along with DeBrincat and Makar for the Central. And Keel Makar back on pace to become the first 30-goal defenseman in the NHL since Mike Green back in the 08-09 season.
Haven't really seen Makar take off yet in this one game in one period here, as he has so often some highlight reel goals in this kind of format.
It's funny, he kind of talking to him yesterday. He doesn't see himself. This is a shock. He doesn't see himself as a flashy player.
Oh,
so he's kind of, I know, and he's kind of nervous about this format and the skills, and you know, we're kind of thinking like, what? Like, you're one of the flashiest players in the league, and your skill set's amazing, but he translates to a more traditional game, he thinks.
I was gonna say, he didn't look nervous against Chicago 3-on-3.
Oh, what a goal that was.
Yeah, all you got to do is show him some highlights. Flash is not a bad thing. It's not a criticism. It's, holy cow, you've got such a great skill set.
Here's Zach Werenski coming back in, misses stick side.
It's almost one of those things where he doesn't even know how good he is, right? But obviously everyone else that watches around appreciates his game, and who knows if he can even get better.
You think some young players just trying to find the fine line between trying too hard?
I think in this scenario, but now here in the final game, as Kevin was saying before, like, why not turn it up? Yeah.
Clayton Keller is that pass off the skeet to Hughes. Roman Yoshi's got it in deep. Pass in front off the goal stick of Anderson. Keller's back on it. And Roman Yossi twists at the line, watched by Sebastian Aho.
Guys are certainly defending harder, right? They're kind of a little bit more into man-on-man, too. Trying to stay with their guy.
Now a break. And it's Hughes again. Jack Hughes scores!
Take the plus!
Up high on Talbot, it's 4-2.
Oh, just a quick release. I mean, you know that in these types of games, you're going to get the open chances, but it's the quick hands, as we've seen so often. Watch the release point here. You know, goaltender's trying to say, okay, how long are you going to hold this? As soon as he made the decision, it's just a quick bang. It's right off. Decision made right here. Backhand right to the front and up and over the glove of Talbot.
And Simmer, you know how hard that shot is. He's in mid-stick handle to kind of disguise his release, and then puts that cross-body top corner. It takes a lot of practice to perfect that move.
And you say not only mid-stick handle, but mid-stride. I mean, that's, for most players, that's the biggest challenge. Can you do it all in one motion? And that was a great example of being able to.
Here's Kadri. Back in deep along with Kyrou and Cotter. These three have made a lot happen. Kyrou trying to twist away from the checking of Kuznetsov. Tom Wilson there. Shovels it ahead.
Kuznetsov's going faster than he did in the faster skater right now.
Isn't that the truth?
And here's Wilson. Didn't want to pull the trigger there.
I'll tell you, I know Wilson's got some booze out here, but he definitely doesn't look out of place with all these players. He's held his own. He's an all-star for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
13 goals already. He had 21 goals in his first 4 years. He's going to do that this year.
Yeah, I just had to check for a moment how you spelled booze.
Yeah. He's also had 21 fighting majors in his first 4 years, and won the majority of that. So he does a lot besides score goals.
So Giroux's got it back, feeds the point, but that's out of the reach of Werenski. Final half minute of this first half. And Giroux checked by Kaprizov. One last attack for DeBrincat. Back for Kaprizov, and that pass intercepted. And Giroux starts back 2-on-1 with Gensel. Nice stop there by Talbot. DeBrincat again. Are they going to run out of time here? And that one shot, and Anderson back-to-back saves at the horn. That was a big first half for Jack Hughes with a goal and an assist. There's the even younger Jack Hughes, the youngest guy in this all-star game, looking good, and a 4-2 Metropolitan lead.
To be a part of that event when they heard about it and it was explained to them, and everyone I've talked to is really enjoyed the experience with those two events in particular.
Well, we knew it would be special in Vegas, but to really give it a Vegas theme like that they
be in the fountains, you gotta love it.
So here we go. It's DeBrincat moving in, and that pass will pull Romagnosi back out at center ice.
Let's see if we can get some pace to this last 10 minutes of the All-Star weekend.
Hughes pass across was looking for Kreider, but broken up. Chris Kreider twisting away from Yossi. The NHL's leading goal scorer gets it to the leading point getter on the Hurricanes, Aho, and Jack Hughes is dancing again, looking for Aho in front, and that was broken up in a lead feed just out of the reach of DeBrincat. So new goaltenders are in. Tristan Jarry at one end, you see Saros at the other. And here comes Kreider, and he whipped that just wide. Kreider also leading in power play goals this year with 17. Kaprizov is back, and there's the shot, scores! Joe Pavelski looked off Jarry.
I'll tell you what Jarry there, because it's right at my sight lines. He was a little bit deeper in his net because it's all-star game. He's thinking that more than likely Joe's going to try to pass this back door. So I think in a normal game, you don't see him cheating that much for the pass.
Well, and he's also doesn't have a defenseman in the middle, right? You might trust your own guy like a Chris Letang to just deliver the shooter. Instead, it's Kuznetsov trying to play defense going backwards. Jovial Pavelski having a few laughs with the defenseman he was up again, Kuznetsov. He didn't exactly play that one perfectly, and Pavelski having a chuckle with him.
At 37, the oldest player in the All-Star game since Jaromir Jagr 9 years ago. And the beat goes on for Pavelski, who leads Dallas in points this year and hit the 400 goal mark earlier this season. 8th player among active players to hit 400. There's Makar in front, and there's a nice stop by Jarry.
That was a really good read by Jarry, as Pavelski thought he would. Good pass there by Makar, right almost on the tape, and Jarry able to get that left pad out there and make a huge save.
Kuznetsov hands it off. Tom Wilson, the replacement for Ovechkin, to Werenski, and he missed the target on that. Clayton Keller starts back. Over the line they come, and it's Keller feeding it through. Got it back from Pavelski, to glove stop. And Tristan Jarry held it long enough to get the whistle.
Here comes that Kadri Kyrou Connor line, and down a goal, still a lot of time left.
Let's look at Joe with his sons yesterday.
They gotta love the gear too, eh? They got the Dallas Stars gear on, and they're totally prepared. They got the all-star sweaters. It's a ton of fun for the kids and family.
The other part I loved was them reminding Joe, chance in front, and Jarry making the save. That the kid's actually closer in age to some guys like Jack Hughes than they are to Dad. So, and what a slick play that was, beating Saros, and Claude Giroux's got another.
Hey, go with the old guys. You know, Kevin talked about it earlier. These sort of shinny type games, and so often the experienced guys know how to navigate their way through. How about the hands there as Saros thinking that coming across. Good patience by Gensel. And what hands? Get the stick up to get away from the defender, and then it's just as simple from your right to your left and up and over the pad as Saros, no chance with the quick hands of Giroux.
So another 2-goal lead for the Metro. Aho sends it onto the left side. Kreider cuts to the net. Lost control of it to the counter here, just out of the reach of Kadri, with Hughes trying to get back. Nazem Kadri, Kyrou and Connor. Here's Jordan Kyrou, slipped by, and now Connor looking for Kyrou again. He'll hand it back off.
There's that triangle.
Aho watching Kadri. Kyrou gives it back, and Kadri whistles it wide. And that will boomerang back down deep into the central zone.
Starting to see guys protecting the puck a little bit more with their body and not trying to go through guys as much. A little bit more high percentage as we get down to just 6 minutes left.
Metro won in 2017, 2019. Wayne Simmons and Sidney Crosby were the players of the game in the last 2 victories for the Metropolitan.
Think Sid's watching right now?
Chance he might be in Vegas watching.
Yeah.
I know he was watching skills yesterday. He's a big hockey fan, obviously, even with the break. My money would be on him watching.
Here's Kaprizov trying to dash away. Trying to make himself available for DeBrincat, cutting in, and that one almost snuck in short side on Jari.
Good late reaction of Jari there to just realize he was trying the short side shot and just almost lifted his shoulder up enough to get a piece of that one.
Kaprizov, a gold medal winner in 2018. DeBrincat across, and Jari will stop that and hold on. Well, it's been a terrific week for Joe Pavelski with his sons here. There's a young Joe here at the All-Star game. That list this year, if he can keep up this pace. There's a pass in front, Pavelski right on.
Set face-off play there, a little win and a good chance for Pavelski, almost paid off.
Makar to Keller.
Bender scanning his card now, too.
Yeah, who do I put together to get something going?
Yeah.
Number 8, Zach Werenski, coming to goal 242.
Keller back to Pavelski and sends it to the net, and that tipped wide. Right back onto the stick of Makar. Gensel watching him. It's Pavelski again, a backhand, and off the shoulder of Tristan Jari. Jari's so terrific this year for Pittsburgh, especially when Sidney Crosby and Malkin were down. And here's a chance for Werenski, and he backhanded it off target.
What a pass by Giroux there. That long indirect off the boards. Right on the tape, too.
And now it's flipped in wide as Makar dashed in. Giroux up with it. And a lead feed, and Jack Hughes is loose again. Here's Hughes, and that glanced off the arm of Saros. Centering play for Kreider, and broke it up, and back the other way goes Connor.
Yeah, you could tell Saros went to school on the Hughes goal before and anticipated, got that glove up there quick enough.
Connor takes a lap, got it to Kadri. Kyrou circling, back to Connor, and lost it right in front, and it's sent away for Aho. Gets it back. Sebastian Aho, and a glove stop by Saros. He tosses it ahead, and away goes Kadri. He's got Kyrou with him. Jordan Kyrou holds back across, and Kadri couldn't bat that out of midair.
Here's what Connor was saying to Kevin is they're just staying in a tight triangle back and front of the net, so you're always having to pass through somebody.
What a pass by Aho, and Saros able to break that up with Kreider. A flyby in front of the net. Kadri. Kyrou. Back to Kadri, and a good stick by Tristan Jarry. And away goes Kuznetsov. One-on-one, Kuznetsov, and a glove stop again. You see Saros showing off. And keeping his Central team in it.
It's time for some fresh legs on the ice for White. That was a long shift for them, trying to make something happen.
To bring it on. Kaprizov dancing. Here's Kaprizov swooping in. Trying to hand it off to DeBrincat. Long board scrum and an empty net as the puck slides back down into the Central zone with under 2 minutes left.
And it almost paid off. Pavelski just was going in the middle, and that clearing pass just missed him to the outside.
With Yossi. Pavelski in front. There's a centering pass, scores! Alex DeBrincat. It's a one-goal game.
Well, Ken, there's your coaching, right? The early pull to get the extra attacker, and it gives you a chance down by 2.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of communication, I think, before, because Saros came and nobody else was really watching, but him and Bednar, they must have had a conversation or locked eyes. But
I think this one's offside again, too. I think this one's being challenged for offside. I thought on the entry it looked like a little quick move at the line created an offside, and the linesman, I mean, who would have thought this? Twice now in the All-Star game, you got the linesman looking at a call.
DeBrincat had a pair of goals in the first game.
Prior to the goal.
Wait and find out if he's got one here. Be the second one called back on the Central.
This little move at the line, does it draw? Look at the top. Oh, boy.
Well, skate was off, but again, it can be off this year. And
well, we'll get the call.
Let's find out.
Upon further review, it was determined the play was offside prior to the goal. No goal. Please reset the clock to 1:51.
So DeBrincat robbed of a goal.
Yeah, it's DeBrincat who
pretty clear there.
was the one who was offside.
Yep.
I think Pavelski just had to deal with Kreider coming in and standing up a bit at the line, and that extra move created the offside.
So one in each game called back against the Central.
Little talk with Pavelski and Saros there before this draw. Look for Joe wins this face-off and they get possession. I'm sure he'll come right away.
But it's won by the Metro. Kinsel's got it. Back to Werenski. Down to 100 seconds remaining.
Now he'll come.
And there goes Saros. And Kaprizov winds it up. In across, Pavelski hands it off. Down low, Kaprizov. Yossi DeBrincat out there as well. Roman Yossi, there's a patented Pavelski tip, but Jarry made the save. Out in front, and Jarry again. His best stop to keep it a 2-goal Metro lead.
He's made a few in this last 4 or 5 minutes. Couple of short side shots that he stayed tall on, but this one's just a really good read, knowing side to side where the threat is. And right in the slot, Kaprizov tried to get that one up high, but you could see the last second squeeze there by Jarry, able to hold on.
Well, there was Rod Brindamore. He made a change there. Aho was supposed to go out, but he said, no, Pellick's going out. We need 1D out with a 2-goal lead. See if it pays off.
Face-off win, and McCarr down low, gets it back. And Connor across. Bouncing puck for Keller in the final minute. Kyle Connor fires, and Jarry stops that. Rebound recovered by Kyrou's net front. Connor. There's Kyrou. Shot, rebound. Oh, Kyrou Kyrou couldn't tuck it in. Was that the goal stick of Tristan Jarry again? Right on, and the rebound, there's Pellick to come up with it for the Metro. What a sequence for Tristan Jarry.
Well, Kevin, if Sidney Crosby's watching, he's got to be pretty happy about his goaltender in net making some huge saves here.
Oh, he's looked great today.
Just the third Pittsburgh goalie ever to be in the All-Star game. Marc-Andre Fleury and Michel Dion, the others. In behind the net, Connor can't come up with it, and the clock is running out on the Central. It's going to be a Metropolitan All-Star win as Tom Wilson cruises in, and this one's done. Team Metro will collect $1 million, and Tristan Jarry helped ensure it down the stretch.
Yeah, you don't often think of goaltenders in all-star games. It's usually all offense, but down the stretch, great job by Jarry to shut the door for his team.